Agree. Lot. Yeah. All right. All right, Shalom. Well, the Hebrew Israelites from the Indianapolis branch of the Great Millstone. We're here to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Barakash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the Great Millstone who rule well in teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and our fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also, salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth, that be like to the speckled bird, also known as your Israelite foreigners, and the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. To you, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, let's get right into it.
Yep, this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, or chapter 7, verse 1. It says, moreover, the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai came unto me, saying, also, thou son of man, thus said Yahweh thy power unto the land of Israel, and in the end is come upon the four corners of the land. And so bring this out because, of course, that which is then is now. Israel back then was dealing with the wrath of the Heavenly Father. Now we're in a time, that the people in the land today of Israel are these so-called white men, the Amalekites. They are at their end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, America is at its end, and of course, the Lord is saying, from the four corners of the earth. So when you look, you see that the Lord is visiting this place. We have storms, we have earthquakes in diverse places. We have flooding that's happening all over. You have blackouts. Up in Gary, they're saying now 10 days without electricity.
Mm-hmm.
You have the heat wave that's been happening all of July. It says the largest or the hottest time ever recorded. You're looking at people on the news are now referencing many calamities as biblical calamities. Something in biblical times is what they're speaking.
Mm-hmm.
And so and then we have Jacob's trouble. A lot of our people have been strung up on trees, in recent weeks. So these things are being sent from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Someone can get that in Amos or Amos 3.
Yeah, it's the irony, right, with this non-believing this non-believing society, because the world have never been this in this apostate vibration as it's been in this age. By apostate, I mean anti-Bible, anti-God. Everybody is a part of everything else. But when you describe the things going on, they say biblical.
Mm-hmm.
But Psalms what? Grab what is it? 9 and 13. The Lord is known by His judgments in the earth.
I got you.
See, we know the Lord through His word, right? What's written within and without, mourning, lamentation, and woe. But these other people know it through what? Through these judgments. That's why they say, "Oh, it's biblical." Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 9, verse 16, and it reads, "The Lord is known by the judgment that He executed.
Yeah.
The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Agion Selah."
Right, and the Lord also said in 2 Measure 6 and 9 that what? Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that followed it. So Esau, Edom being a so-called white man, he's the end of this age.
Mm-hmm.
World right there is age, which is basically a process of time.
Mm-hmm.
You had different ages, right? And America had its height, right? You had the Industrial Revolution. You had the 40s and the 50s, where a man could drop out of high school, get a factory job, buy a brand new house, a brand new car. His wife didn't have to work, and they could go on vacation as a family.
No debt.
No debt. But it had a hype, and now it's on a decline, just like anything else. And its decline, the Lord prophesied. His decline was wrote about how it would. One more. 2 Ezra 9. Start at verse 1.
Book of Second. You got it.
Look at 2 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently. And so,
Yeah, measure the times. Or you got the hottest month recorded. Why how ironic in this particular time, right? You got all these, Matthew 24, Yahushua, the disciples came to him privately and said, what shall be the sign of thy coming? He said, when you see wars and rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places, the news don't even report on a lot of these things, man. All right, you see famines and pestilences. Now, famine, we always been talking about the food shortage, the farmers are suffering, but the scripture speaks about they that till the vine shall mourn. You got America, which farming has always been a staple in America. You got they got associated the American farmers or something like that, right? But here it is. They mourn it. You got a lot of towns and cities, all right? Say it again.
Future Farmers of America.
They don't have a future.
Right.
No, you can go to YouTube right now. You go to YouTube right now and look at all these deserted former farm towns. All right? And the Esau Edom is putting the squeeze on them. And the ones that still in circulation, for lack of a better term, they suffering. They want it because it ain't lucrative. Farming used to be lucrative. You get to feed yourself. You get to eat for free and get paid for the excess. That's money. But now they're not making that money right now. I mean, that's all part of the signs of the times. Back to the famine. Now it's a water shortage. Water isn't a human right.
Tyson's factory just closed down. I forget what state. You remember state? Was it North? South? It seemed like it was Carolina, but I can't forget. Somebody look it up real quick.
The
beef factory, and it's and that's 2,700 jobs lost in a day.
See,
now on top of that, you have to count all the recalls we've been seeing over the last 2 weeks.
Yep. Right, and that's a staple food.
Yep.
When you grew up poor, there's just certain things that's a staple. Your eggs, bread, milk. But all those things, becoming unaffordable. Remember the egg crisis thing? Eggs was $10 for the white ones.
Remember the chicken wings at one point, like during the sea. It was like you couldn't really get chicken wing. If you did, the prices were high. They still kind of high now, but they made that a big thing. Then I got that scripture called.
Y'all got the Tyson too?
Yeah. Tyson's Food abruptly announced major plant closures in August 2026.
Right. He abruptly. So one day you got a job, you got a 401k, you got a retirement plan. Oh, and you got plans. These people be having plans. Save up, I'm gonna work this overtime. I'm gonna go to Bermuda. I'm gonna go to the Caribbean. But it said what? Abruptly. It's just grab that, hold that, grab that. Suddenly show the storehouses.
I'm like ready.
Second Ezra 6.
And it's and he reading it said abruptly, and the scripture says suddenly. Go ahead, finish, Shaq.
It says cutting over 3,200 jobs across facilities in Joslin, Illinois.
And Illinois already catching hell. Chicago used to be the third largest city in America. But all the money, all the millionaires and billionaires and people with money been leaving Chicago for the past 2 decades. So this it's a ripple effect, man. So now these people living in these little towns, what's it called? Jocelyn, Illinois population. Well, who heard of that? Nobody heard of no Jocelyn. Did it say Jocelyn? I know somebody named Jocelyn. Nobody heard of no Jocelyn, Illinois. How many people depended on that town, man? Depended on that job. Tyson that's a big corporation, man. So now overnight, you got this amount of people going for unemployment, going for more resources, and looking for other jobs. Now they potentially might have to drive 45 minutes, an hour out, and gas is for. See, it's a ripple effect to all this stuff. You got more?
It says approximately 2,500 to 2,700 workers in Eagle Mountain, Utah, over 700 workers.
So it's in different spots. But the scripture said there should be no work for Egypt. You bring it out real quick. Remember the 2008 Young Jeezy episode? Ain't no work, ain't no jobs. Yeah, the song was called "In This Crazy World." If you pay attention to the song, he just talking about all the crazy shit that's going on in the world. The song actually got some substance to it. Right? He's just talking about the crazy things that's going on in the world, man. And that was the part of the intro. He said, "Ain't no work, ain't no job." Go ahead, brother.
This is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 15. It says, "Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail."
Right. So all you I got my degree. You ain't got no so you overqualified. Next. For the head or the tails. You ain't no. You can't work at McDonald's. Ain't no corporate jobs. Go ahead.
It says, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do.
Mm-hmm. You want to say something?
I love it.
Yep.
And then the scriptures talk about how the grinder ceased.
Bring it out. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 3. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble.
And that's all they doing is trembling. If you're a keeper of a house, you're a manager. You're a manager, right? So you looking at the inventory, you looking at back orders, you looking at what you got already and what you can potentially have in the future. You know, like if you work in logistics and all that, you be at work or whatever, they'd be like, "Oh, we waiting on this shipment, or this shipment didn't come, or we're in a bind," you know. And then you supply and demand. So do you get the cutting hours? You know, you're trying to keep people because you're hoping that the work comes, so you don't fire them, you just cut the hours, and then you just got to start letting people go by seniority. See, but the keepers of the house, these different analysts, these different financial people, you know, like Gerald Celente, you know, you got different guys, right? Who they actually pay attention to the American debt, all right? How the resources are being managed. What the Department of remember Doge? Department of Government Efficiency. Yes. He's trying to see how the money being spent.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Go ahead, brother.
$5,000
checks. Yeah. Say it again.
What happened to those $5,000 checks?
Yeah. Yeah, you give somebody $5,000, but now a bag of popcorn costs $15. So the money fails. Like when you read in Genesis, right? When there was a famine in Egypt, they said the money failed. They sold all they had until they had nothing left but to sell themselves into servitude. Go ahead.
I kind of had to look this up real quick, but it says Tyson Foods produces about 20% of the chicken, beef, and pork in the United States alone. And then I looked up something else that says the reasons, for the closures or whatever. The first thing it mentioned was cattle shortages. It said U.S. cattle herds have dropped to historic lows, a 75-year low, driving up livestock procurement costs and financial losses. Tyson's beef segment faced hundreds of millions in
So we having a cattle. So I'm still like, you can read that part again, but it's a cattle shortage. But here it is, McDonald's, 1 billion served. All these, we know, all these burger joints. The burger joints never end. All these burger joints. But we facing a cattle shortage. And when you go to buy beef, you see how expensive it is.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody buying that beef. You go to Costco, that shit be stopped. You ain't look. I like to buy, the bison. I be waiting for it to go on sale. They don't never put it on sale no more.
You like to buy when the prices are low. Yeah.
Bro, they don't never put it on sale. I'm like, I say these bastards, they freezing it and putting it back out there. Because they got sell by dates on there. I go in there, I look at the back. Well, okay, I got a week. Come back. What happened? Because before they'll put it on sale, 15% off, 25, 55. You want nobody back. Now they're not even doing it no more.
The price of ground beef, about a pound is almost about $13 or $14 a pound.
And that's ridiculous.
For 1 pound, you go shopping, that's the average. You ain't gonna get it up under $12.
You have to Google that. You got more to
I'm telling
you have to Google that.
It says another reason for the closures is financial losses. It says Tyson beef segment faced hundreds of millions in operating losses, prompting the company to restructure its network.
So they're not even making money they losing by being open. And that could be a number of reasons. Look, it could be Esau lying. Because it's a manufactured famine. This devil create crisis or crises, however the plural way you say it.
Oh, well, to your point, when you said manufactured, you remember it seemed like we had a slew of major companies, factories that were burning.
Yeah.
Catching
on fire.
Catching on fire. I know it was like Walmart. There was one here, like out.
We witnessed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just look up yonder, you just plumes of smoke. Oh, yeah, it went up.
Oh. Quiet as kept around that same time, the U.S. Marshals were going out to the Amish folks.
Right.
Taking inventory of their stuff and told them they couldn't go no more.
Mm.
And they had more in that truck when they gave them the freezer trucks.
And you gotta pull that up too.
Yeah.
And they were saying like, with the straight, with our moves, there was like that delay. Also, we would start to see the effects like late July into August or further on down. So it was at some point where we were going to see the effects of that as well.
Yeah. Because you got to feed those animals too.
Yeah.
The feed has been increasing too. Like they can't even it's not even worth it anymore. Like this brother just read. It's costing them $100 million just to stay open. Like it's basically it's not profitable. Allegedly, you got more on that.
But also too, like a lot of those factories and those companies, they convert during wartime. So remember we got this huge war that's going on, and they may need some of these coming. I'm just as a man, but that's also, and then you have the data centers as well. That they're still looking to build and possibly have in these different areas. So who's to say they may not convert it to that? Then you also have these concentrated camps, as well. So they have other uses, for that. We just have to, be on our watch.
Yeah. You got more?
Yep. It says, I'll read that again. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 3. It says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few."
Right. It ain't that many workers. Right. And now what you have been okay. So there is a level of work, right? But you don't got nobody skilled to do it. You got a lot of elevator maintenance people. That's a whole job, fixing on elevators. You got a lot of people. What is it? Maintenance. Being a maintenance man at one of these jobs. A lot of you go to work most of the time. Who the maintenance men? Older, middle middle age to upper age so-called white men. You got a lot of people, a lot of them retiring. And normally those jobs would go to, you know, the younger generation of so-called white men, but they too busy on opioids. So now you got a shortage of maintenance men. Go on Indeed, right? We ain't got to. Just go on Indeed. Maintenance.
Yeah.
Paying. But the thing is, ain't nobody skilled to do it.
What's more special about that, like the average skill maintenance men, plumbers.
Yeah, plumbers,
electricians,
HVAC.
all of those jobs are going to be open because a lot of people don't go to those trades anymore. You know,
Yeah.
back in the day, probably we was in school, you go to trade school.
Yeah.
Or they did, probably back in older times, they had the wood shop class. They don't have those type of trades and different things anymore. They took that up out of the school.
Well, Esau own racism done backfired. They trying to keep Jake out of these fields, right? Because Jake, you go to work, Jake ain't. When you see Jake as the maintenance man, you be like, for real? Jake the maintenance man? Because that's the job that paid. The maintenance man a lot of times make more than the supervisor. Maintenance man to make about 35 in one of these little factories, even more than that. You can go to Indeed right now. You can just see maintenance. Every now and again, you might see it on maintenance 30 plus, but then the supervisor, high 20s, low 30s. Salary. Maintenance man got all type of overtime. He don't even be fixed. Well, wherever he at, they paying him what they want to pay him.
Yeah.
But you go to Indeed right now.
Yes, 30.
Maintenance, 35, 34, 40.
It depends.
Bro, I go on Indeed every day. I go on Indeed every day. There's not a day I don't go on Indeed just to see. And he got maintenance man. I see that at your job. Because the entry level maintenance pay $29 for that one where you gotta wear the mask and you gotta cut your beard. That's the entry level. They pay them, they get $29 entry level maintenance.
Yep.
And then they got the different, they make senior maintenance 40. That's why if you skilled and you know how to do maintenance, don't sell yourself short. Don't sell yourself cheap. You know how to do that. You've been maintenance for a long time. Hook your resume up because it's all about how good the resume. You know, you got this Esau world.
Yeah.
Make that resume look good. You know,
True.
you got more.
Yep. It says, and those that it says, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. And it says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be low.
Yeah, that's what time we in, man. It's gloomy. It's bleak. Just like we don't go back to the Ezekiel 7 because there's different different levels that keep society functioning. And all those different levels are being broken down. When people don't work, ain't got no work, then what they gonna turn to? Crime. Yep. That's why all the doors closed, people gonna be locked, shut in, weary. No, you can't borrow no sugar. No, you can't borrow no ketchup. No, you can't
Use the bathroom.
no, you can't use my outlets to my house because the power out. And I might have a generator. And if you buy a generator, anybody buying a generator, buy one that ain't too loud too. Yeah. Don't buy them loud because when the lights went out here, what was that, last year? The year before the lights went out, it wasn't the whole city, but you know, I was affected. My family was affected. We didn't have power for like 5 days. But my neighbor did, and he had his generator. You heard it loud. I was just thinking, I'm like, in that day, he gonna be the target.
Yeah, kind of. It was just showing it with a little power outage up north.
Yeah.
The number one thing that was going on when the power was out, people was robbing people for the generators. They breaking the houses. They was ravaging women, trying to ravage women.
Yeah, single women basically a prey up there.
Yeah.
They had them different ones was making little posts.
Yeah.
Oh, they was on guard. They had like a little fire watch. I was watching one. Some of the women they was losing sleep because they stand up all night trying to make sure don't nothing happen.
Protect yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where we at?
I'm done with that.
You done?
You still want that second Ezra 6?
Yeah, song places.
Oh,
Song places. Yeah.
Mhm.
How much ground beef a pound?
I was wrong. For 2 pounds, it's $12.
Is that still high?
And for 1 pound, it's $7.79, almost $8.
Yeah, that's ground beef.
Yeah.
Wait till pork get 5-6 days. Hey, I'll be going to the shopping. Like, damn, pork still $2, $3. Wait till that get $8 a pound.
Yeah.
Jay gonna be tweaking.
You know, going up, that pork going up too, though. That's why you pork. They say pork chops about $6 a pack.
Oh, they complain about the pork.
That's $6. The pork chops $2 a pack.
Hey, that's gonna rouse Jacob.
Jacob be
It shall rouse him up. Go ahead, bro.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, again in verse 22. And it reads, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown."
Yeah, a lot of this stuff kind of happens suddenly. You don't got Northern Kingdom to pick the fruits and veggies no more. Because over there in California, that's responsible, I don't know, for at least half of the produce, or maybe about 40%. You brother can look it up. I could be off. But that was responsible for at least half of the produce that Americans eat. And now it's just rotten.
It's interesting that now you bring that back up. That's one of the fruits that the cyclospora was an issue.
What?
Strawberries.
Mm-hmm. Look it out my head, because I was watching the one Edomite. She said white people won't pick strawberries for no price,
Right.
but they ain't got no jobs though.
You just want that pork. I looked it up. Pork chop is $4.24 per pound. They making it hard for any type of meat out here.
How much was it in 2020 or 2019? Because they did a food. This dude did they had a grocery list.
Yeah.
In 2020, and in 2024 was it? In 2024, those same items was double.
Mhm.
And now we're in 2026.
320 to 324.
Mm-hmm. So,
It's increasing.
So when they get a super increase, we'll see.
No, I ain't.
Go ahead. Storehouse.
Yeah.
Well, you had wings for a second.
No, you got it.
Yeah, go ahead.
2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 22. "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown.
Suddenly.
The full storehouses shall certainly be found empty."
Yeah. Hey, remember we used to go to CVS, and then Esau he got little tactics to disguise how bad things are.
Mhm.
They'll push everything to the front. And some and on some of the shelves, it was just a picture. It was a picture of the item.
Yeah.
Coming soon. It's a picture of it. You only got the item.
Mhm.
And then some of them, I remember I was walking around CVS with, I'm like, some look different. And I couldn't put my finger on it, but then I realized they had took the top shelf off.
Yeah.
Because it used to go, and then I'm like, oh, they don't took, ain't no more top shelf at CVS. It just went to a certain, it used to go to D, A, B, C, D, but then it's now it went to C. So when you can't do that to trick the people to somewhat, then what? That's where we at now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Even further than that, where it is in the store, where are the stores now? You notice around here, a lot of CVS and Walgreens closed down.
Yeah, a lot of stores closing down. Y'all know that store on Lafayette, Aldi's?
Yeah.
That tire shop next to them, they closed.
Mhm.
Tire bar.
It was tire. Yep. I was driving. I'm like, damn, tire bar closed. They closed. And a lot of stores are closing down, man.
Off Michigan Road?
Off Lafayette.
Lafayette.
It's right next door to Aldi's, in between Aldi's and GFS.
Okay.
All of that.
People gonna go get where they can afford something there. So you think think about it. I'm gonna pay $60, $70 for a new tie. If I go over here to Ishikar, give you a tie for $40.
No, Issachar. I just got some ties from Issachar.
Yeah.
They 75.
And no running for some years too. I still got some tires from Ishikar for like 2 years ago.
Yeah. But even Issachar, so-called Mexicans, they always been known, you go get you a used 25, 35. I mean, I recently got some tires maybe 2 months ago. It was $75 a tire. I got 2 tires for $75 a tire.
They're going. They're making it to where it's going to be totally uncomfortable. You don't have to repair no more. That's another way, that's another way that they get closer to what? Well, your backup against the wall so they can push that mark.
You see what that fool Kill Gates now trying to ban home gyms over 500 square feet.
Now you can't have a home gym.
Yeah, well, when COVID hit, you try to buy some weights or plate or something, 100-mile radius, couldn't find nothing. I looked for them, 100-mile radius.
Wow.
Nothing, no dumbbells, no plates.
That's 2 hours plus.
Yeah.
About,
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 23. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid.
Yeah.
Precept.
Go ahead.
Isaiah 19 and verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother.
Why they gonna be fighting? It says the neighbors shall spoil each other for the lack of bread. And not just bread, just resources in general. Just like he said, the generators. Then you had people capitalizing on it. People start buying up the generators and selling them for double.
Oh, yeah. They did that going on Y2K.
Yeah, I remember that. I was a kid. I remember y'all got y'all bottles of water. Y'all got y'all canned goods.
That next day, the Home Depot, man, them customer service lines were so damn long. Because nothing happened. They said everything was going to switch over. Because the world wasn't ready to. They've been ready, man. Scared them.
Scare tactics.
But see, those were sales increases.
Yeah.
On the end.
Yeah, you're right.
That's how it looked.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. The sale increase for sure. Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
It says, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom.
Yeah, let's speak.
This is what Yahweh Shem Shah got intended for America. All right. So peace ain't coming to Babylon the Great, aka America. All right. Because everybody here is lofty or proud. They don't regard the ways of Yahweh Shem Shah. So you niggas that don't regard Yahweh Shem Shah, guess what? You're going to find yourself fighting your neighbor. You're one of your best friends, and one of y'all is going to end up dying.
Yeah. That's right here, the next scripture. It's 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 24. At that time shall France fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still.
Oh, there go your water story.
Yes.
Right? Esau got control of the water.
Yeah.
So when you read the scriptures, the Lord in the curses said, you shall go to your enemy for the one of all things. And then it said what? The principal uses of life for man is water, oil, blood of the grape, salt, iron, clothing. And he have defiled all of those things. And he's monopolized all of those things. Right.
Yeah.
You see, Monopoly have friends fighting one another like Bennett, right? Monopoly will turn your ass into an enemy, right?
And that table.
Yeah. You always watch, and guess what? Guess who don't nobody trust playing Monopoly? The banker. Everybody, when you play Monopoly, everybody watching the banker. How the irony, right? Who the bankers today?
The central bank.
Right. Y'all got them scriptures?
I got some.
Get the ones I called real quick, Papa Shot. And then I know we still hold 2 Ezra 9. Yeah, that was the open one. Read 2 Ezra 9. Somebody had it, right? You was reading it, right?
Yeah,
Six,
I was
six,
six.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
He got 9. Okay.
We was still in verse 1. This
Yeah.
2 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. He said, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that this is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
So the Lord is visiting the world. How? With judgments.
Mhm.
The Lord is known by his judgments in the earth. And you can say what you want to say, but why are you saying it's biblical? With this anti-God world we live in. With this non-believing world. Why? Because that's the only thing that can describe it. It's the only thing that everybody is biblical. Oh, I'm an atheist. But you an atheist, you know? Go ahead, brother.
It says, Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars.
Hold on. Say it again.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes
Check.
and uproars of the people in the
Check.
world.
Uproars of the people. Check. And that's around the world.
Yeah.
You know, you look at these different countries, France,
Mhm. Italy is fighting a heat wave and the government.
Italy.
Europe always.
Yeah.
Europe always got something. They always riding it up.
Something's going on somewhere else too. Whether it's Colombia, something's going on in one of those.
They were earthquakes.
Yeah, but it was also they was mad about something with the government or something. Maybe somebody Google that Baba Kushab. Oh, go ahead.
It says, Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee.
See, the Lord already told us these things. These things were already prophesied.
Oh,
That's what prophecy means, to say before. Before it happened, the Lord said it.
mhm.
You gonna say something, bro?
I would say Isaiah 42.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Because you know them earthquakes, it's been like a huge uptick in them recently.
Yeah.
Like, and not just like the smaller scale like earthquakes. It's been like 5,
Sevens.
7.
It's the fives following the sevens.
Yeah.
That one that just recently happened in Colombia, right?
I think it was Colombia.
Yeah. Indonesia.
Okay.
Indonesia had the 7.7 last week, and it was followed by 6 and 5s.
Yeah, because the scale only goes to 10. So if you got like 7.7, that's damn near 8.
And I was looking at, I got that earthquake app. They started in the wee hours of the 14th and kept going through the 16th.
Mm-hmm.
For 2 days, that place was shaking.
Mm.
Yep, and I put the setting at 3+, and that's when you started getting movement and
Yeah.
and then more damage, and it was like that from like midnight, the 14th, all the way through the end of the 16th.
Mm.
Mhm.
See? Go ahead.
It says, For like as it's like even from the beginning, it says, For like as all that is made and the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
So the end is made known. Manifest means made known. So we seeing all these different things happening. Is the end. Why they saying biblical? Why is these secular sources using the word biblical to describe the current things going on?
Yep. I just pulled up something. I just did ask chat to give an estimated total of how many times, up until now that biblical has been referenced in the media. And it says, yes, if you're talking about media, social media content in 2026, it explicitly connects disasters, earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, extreme winds,
Calamities,
floods,
bad
calamities,
things.
said with biblical prophecy or end time signs. He says my rough estimate through August 20th, 2026 is 100 to 300 distinct references.
That's just in August, huh?
Yeah, no, from the beginning of the year to August to now. And then it says YouTube, Facebook posts, and Instagram. So I would estimate 500 plus individual pieces of content.
It's more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you could swap biblical with prophetic.
Yeah.
Which means the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that chat.
Well, it is a biblical prophecy or in time signs. But yeah, and just the point that it's been stated a lot within this year.
Yeah.
And then they connected it with this particular earthquake, with this particular wind.
Yeah.
You know, you would catch the news, and the person they're talking to is like up in Gary, it was a man who actually put all his savings into his home. Like he built it up and did all these things. I want to say it was up in that area, but there was a flood that came through, a real bad flood, and it flooded his whole entire house, so he lost everything. And then the insurance said they weren't gonna give him the money for it. And he was like, it's like it's biblical time. It's like we're in biblical times, and I done lost everything, and I have no hope. He done lost hope.
Go ahead.
It says, even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings, and wonder and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs.
Ending. Go ahead.
Endings and effects and signs.
And effects and signs. These effects that's just happening to people. All right. It used to be something happening, and it would just be an isolated event. You would be able to just relax for a minute, like, damn, that's messed up. What happened over there? But now something happening here, something happening there, something happening over here. It's just simultaneously. Go ahead, Bill. Go ahead.
Yep. This is 2 Ezra chapter 5 and verse 1. It says, nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold.
As concerning the tokens. Go ahead. That's, the app messed it up.
Kind of. It says, behold.
And token means sign.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Behold, the day shall come, that they which shall go upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be
And
hidden.
they're going to start with the homeless people. They're going to be taken in a great number. The homeless, dissidents, right? Remember the anti-vaxxers?
Yeah.
Remember your guy, what's his name? What's that nigga name? Don't tell me. Alan. Don't tell me.
I hate him.
But I was gonna say Hershowitz anyway. But what did he say? We need to take those people and that happened
And
too.
just punch it in their arms.
Yeah, he said we should just force it on them. Oh, this brother's hundreds of Tunisians protest against government water shortages. More uproars of the people.
Yep.
Oh, that was an uproar. The anti-veers.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
But now, see, Esau just planted the seed.
Mm-hmm.
He planted the seed of that these people are the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
These people can't be trusted. So then when he acts on it, right, he'll be presumably justified. It said what? They shall be taken in great number.
Yeah. Well,
Go ahead.
I saw the article I put in earlier. It says on the rise. Well, you answered it. It's on the rise. Summer's almost over.
Yeah. Like, devil, you could have put that in June. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
2 Ezra 5 and 1 from the top again.
Yeah, we from town. Go ahead.
It say, the day shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith.
Right. And Lord will speak on it.
That was what the way of truth being hidden goes into what the family of the word. And it actually goes into that later on in the chapter where it talks about people asking, has righteousness that make a man righteous gone through its deed? Let's just say no. So what the family of the word is coming in, because what makes a man righteous? The word of the Lord Yahweh Bashing Yahushai. All right, which also beginning with our apostles and elders, a great millstone, right? The elder bishops and their teachers have been teaching for decades. All right,
Because we stewards of the word. That's what the Bible says. We're stewards of this word. Somebody got to handle it and guard it. That's why Yahushua said in Revelation, he said, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, that word kept is guard. You a steward. So that's what the brother mean when he say that. That's why we always reference the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone in particular, and anybody else that agree to the same doctrine, because the scripture says thou shalt speak one word, right? Go ahead, you finish, brother. What you were saying?
like it says, and the land shall be buried in faith. That's why Yahushua said, "What when the Son of Man comes, on earth. Because ultimately, that faith is only going to be found in His elect. And what they've been through the Spirit of power, how we're watching out shy, or they've been built up in the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Scriptures, which according to Isaiah the 33rd chapter, and verse 6, is going to keep them stable in these times that we're coming into.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be frantic. You ain't gonna be panicking. You ain't gonna be what's the word? Perplexed. And also, you're not gonna sacrifice your integrity. All right, doing things that you thought you would never do. Real quick. Isaiah 8:21. Because that's the scripture said. People gonna eat their children. Friends gonna betray one another. Never in a million years you thought you would go upside your next door neighbor Joe head. Joe was cool. When Joe cut his grass, he cut your grass. But now Joe got some bread and you don't. And it's been like that for a long time now. And he ain't sharing. Go ahead.
This is
Go ahead.
the book of Isaiah, chapter 8, verse 21, and it reads, "And they shall pass through it, partly be sad and hungry, and it shall come to pass that when they shall be hungry, they shall fret themselves
They don't panic.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
and curse their king and their power and look upward."
Right, and that's why I said, shall I find faith on earth? Because the squeeze gonna come. The Lord gonna, what he say? The Lord said, the whole world gonna be tried in Revelation. That try you, and that's gonna definitely try the people of today. Not eating, on purpose.
I have the lights.
Not having lights.
It's the motherfuckers in Gary.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's all you see them. They complaining.
Yeah.
No light, they
Mm-hmm.
imagine no food for 8 days. Fat ass still ate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, they was cooking all the food so the food don't go bad.
Yeah. But your fat ass still ate.
Yeah, you know they still
Go to
ate.
the gas station and charge their phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Precept.
Go ahead, Jerome. You still holding? You still got it? Read it anyway. Read the next verse, Barzal.
It says, verse 22, "And they shall look unto the earth, and behold."
Look. Looking for shut up. Looking, for hope. Trying to have it. Go ahead.
"And they shall look unto the earth, and behold trouble and darkness, dimness of anguish, and they shall be driven to darkness."
Read it in LT. Those 21 and 22 again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isaiah 8:20.
Yeah, 21 and verse 22.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 8, and verse 21 in the NLT. It says, "They will go from one place to another, weary and hungry, and because they are hungry, they will rage and curse their king and their God."
Yeah, they gonna curse Donald Trump, and then they gonna curse their guy because these people gonna be praying. Don't nobody get religious until they need something, and then they gonna be tired because it ain't gonna be coming quick enough for them. So whatever it is that they believe in, they gonna cast it away. What you got? Cast away their idols.
Cast all that paper money in the street at that time.
Say it again.
The people in India cast all that paper money into the street that time and set it on fire.
Mhm.
They don't do them no good.
All it's good for is for a fire.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
I got it too.
Next verse.
Yep, it says, "They will look up to heaven and down at the earth, for wherever they look, they will be in trouble and anguish and in dark despair."
And in dark despair. You know what despair? That's the opposite of hope. Despair. Somebody get the word despair. Go ahead.
It says they will be thrown out into the darkness.
What you got, Jeremy?
This is Second Ezra chapter 16. I'm gonna get straight to the point. Verse 19, it says, "Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for men."
Yeah, because this what it say for every action, they gotta be met with an opposite and equal reaction. So these plagues and these scourges, this gonna, correct these wrongs, man.
Yep.
It's gonna correct the algorithm. All right, this is what's gonna make the Lord feel better. Like off Players Club, do something to make me feel better. No, he said, no, I'm gonna do something to make you feel great. And what he do? He hit it with that RPG, and it went up in flames.
He destroyed it.
Yeah, he destroyed it. You have more?
It says, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourge.
Meaning they don't even acknowledge that this coming from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
Yep.
They got a forked tongue, but then they'll say it's biblical though. See?
A biblical proportion.
Yeah, it's a biblical proportion.
Yeah.
But how about you turn and respect
Right.
the God of the Bible? Since you said it's biblical, you ain't say it's Quranical.
Right.
You ain't say it's astrological. I was at work talking to some dude. Because she's a Sagittarius, bro. Whatever. Go ahead, y'all got it.
I got word. This is just I'm gonna go straight to the point. This is 2 Ezra 15 and 18. Because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
And these old proud cities, these top cities, people they trouble.
Yeah.
Chicago, LA, New York, Atlanta. They trouble like a motherfucker. Oh, Philly niggas. Man, they couldn't even the fucking trash. They had to put do they still gotta do that? They gotta put their trash in their car and drive it 20-30 minutes out to dump it somewhere. Cause they don't got nobody to collect the trash. These cities is troubled, man.
Burn that shit.
Burn it.
Right.
Look at Gary, troubled. Yeah. Look, these all them posts. It's been 9 days and still no media coverage. No, it's coverage because I'm watching it.
Right.
There's plenty coverage.
You know, it's something because a few weeks ago, we were just going in on Gary. The elder was, talking about the different experiences and stuff that was going on. So somehow, comes back. They were just been brought up. Just like a lot of those crazy things that's been going on there. So
Lord's in the tornado for that.
Yeah. Cherry on top. A tornado on water, that's a what? That's a typhoon. Well, wait a minute. They had the nigga jet skiing out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jet skiing through
Nigga, they skiing through the shit. They still think, what they say, they should not always be mindful of the scourge.
Yeah.
They still think shit's sweet. Why not? Fuck it, right?
hey, where Katrina was doing on, it was like on the beds, the air mattress is rolling apart.
Yeah.
What else you gonna do? I mean, it was on a documentary that showed it.
Be mindful. They can use that and move up there too. Remember, the governor just signed that deal with the state of Israel to build up certain areas in Gary.
Yeah, they had the I shouldn't know how you put it in the chat. They had the National Guard out there.
Yeah.
They got a detachment in Gary.
Mm-hmm.
The detachment 12. They got a National Guard detachment in Gary. It's called Det 12. They got one out there. I've been there.
And also remember they were, though they say they might have canceled or something happened, but they were supposed to take one of the ballparks out there too.
Yeah, the Chicago Bears, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't get it.
But still,
It's still the area though.
Right.
Still the area. What you going to military? My brother, one of the brothers, cop out there. He said that the military told them if there's any more shooting or any of that towards the repairman, they're gonna be off duty. The military gonna take over patrol the streets. So they damn near martial law already.
Which they got that planned anyway.
Right.
Because even when I first heard that, my man Jake ain't doing that shit. Agent provocateurs, man.
Yeah.
What?
I have a little more.
Yeah, go ahead.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but
shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Hey, that's what's gonna be happening. You know, hey, Jay's gonna be running in people's houses. You know what his brother's going to. Bob been your friend for 10 years. I've been bills on Sunday, watch the game. But Bob got something over there that could sustain your family.
Yeah.
You gonna go over there and take Bob out, him and his family. Yeah. So you look, when your back was against the wall as a man and you gotta feed your family, you're gonna try to do whatever you can to take care of your family and yourself.
Now, what did the Joker say? He said, when the chips are down, these people will eat each other. That's what the Joker said.
Yeah. And that's the time that we coming in. Like we just said.
The chips are down.
Yeah. Just that little bit of time that they've been out without power up there. They say it's chaos up there. It's chaos. The girl was on social media said, I gotta get my pew, I gotta load it up, and I gotta be watching. Like brother said, people losing sleep. And it's just this ain't even really the total beginning of sorrows. It's just a little bit of power.
Yeah. This is the beginning. This is the intro.
The intro, this is just the beginning. You ain't even seen that yet. Hey. We have some beautiful times, but you ones that are not in the know. Hey, this is time to try to get Robbie. How about some on shot if you're one of the chosen, man? If not, that's done to you because that's the time that we in.
Yeah, this for us. These people through. Them people done seen us.
Yeah.
Out there. Them people through. Yeah, now they get shot at. Go ahead. Oh, definition, go ahead.
Yeah, this despair means the complete loss of hope.
The complete loss of hope. Can you imagine how that? I can't even imagine how that. We got the Most High in His Son.
Prisoners of hope.
We prisoners of it. We shackled to hope. That's the water for saying we shackled to it, bro.
That's right.
Oh, we did a lesson on that. Yeah, we prisoners of it, bro. Go ahead, you got more? The complete lack of hope. Go ahead.
As a noun, it describes a state of total hopelessness. As a verb, it means to give up hope or feel that nothing will improve.
Yeah, and ain't nothing improved. And the people that's kind of like holding on to it, they slowly letting it go. You know? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yep, this is Proverbs 1. I'll start at verse 26. It says, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear comes.
Who laughing at the calamity? We laughing at it.
That's right.
All right? Surely the Lord will do nothing in secret to the servant. The scripture speaks about how the prophets are his mouth.
Yep.
All right, so we laughing at it, right? We in Jeremiah still. We spoke to these people for their good.
Yep.
Right.
So evil be recompensed for good. Let them be bereaved of their children then. Let their husbands die in the war and famine. Yep. So yeah, let the word of the Lord go forth. How about that?
Yep.
I wanted to go up there, Gary. Go ahead.
It says, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind.
As a storm.
Yeah.
A whirlwind can be a storm.
Mm-hmm.
See what just happened?
When distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me.
That's when people get religious.
Yep.
But when he don't answer, that's when Isaiah 8 and 21, 22.
Which that goes to show you that even when they so-called call upon the Lord, that's not sincere.
Exactly.
Right.
Because you've been doing bullshit, right, all the time in the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh, Bashing Yahushua, right? And then you start going through an inkling of hell, then you want to call upon him, and then you don't get the help that you want, you end up cursing him.
Mm-hmm.
They go to show you weren't sincere in the first place.
That's a nigga for you.
Seek him while he may be found.
Yep. Go ahead.
And it says, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me, for they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahweh.
Exactly. You gonna say something?
Yeah. So one more verse and it says, they were none of my counsel, they despise all my reproof. Yeah, so you laughed and mocked and scoffed in the eyes of the Lord, who's what? The prophets, man.
Yeah, they ain't wanna put the pork down.
Yep.
But they gonna put it down when that shit $12 a pound.
Well, remember the whole saying, well, you gotta die from something. die from the
Oh,
destruction of the Lord.
Therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities.
Yup.
Yeah, your ass gonna die for some crazy shit.
Yup.
You know what happened to what's the name?
Right.
Yeah, Bigfoot dragged his ass off.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You have a lot of people in that day, like that band that was on Titanic.
Oh yeah, that's a beautiful point.
Mhm.
The ship going down, these niggas still playing
Yep.
because they thought what? It was said that the ship was unsinkable. Matter of fact,
Even God can't.
Yeah.
you stole the words right out of my mouth.
Yep, that's what they said.
Yeah, you stole the words right out of my mouth.
Mhm.
But that's America.
Yep.
These people don't think it could go down.
Yep.
Oh yeah, who else? Hold on, we about to wrap up.
Remy had something.
God. This is
You over there, bring it up. Your ass too, double.
Jeremiah 17. I'm sorry, Jeremiah 7 and 16. It says, "Therefore pray not thou for this people, neither lift up a cry nor prayer for them, neither make intercession to me, for I will not hear them." Yeah, man, because Yahweh Shema Shai is preparing all this, all these calamities, like, famine, all these, it's not called Jacob's trouble for no reason, man. The hopeful elect, they're gonna be in there, but the ones that forsook Yahweh Shema Shai, man, hey man, they're gonna enter in Jacob's trouble with no hope, no understanding, man. All right, and it's gonna be set up for the wicked of our people to really brutally suffer, man.
Yeah.
All right, and the scripture said what? Pray not for this people, man. Because they're, for the wicked of our people, their minds are constantly, pushing the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai away. They don't want the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai to dwell in them, man. So they constantly do things that pushes the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai away from them, man.
Yeah, it's, your iniquity has separated you from the Most High. Roughly paraphrasing, something like that, man. Who else got something?
Yeah, this is the book of Isaiah chapter 65 verse 13. It says, "Therefore thus said Yahweh power, Hashem Yahushua power, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed." And there's a division, a separation, because again, it's going to be made known who the Lord's chosen are in the end. So while all these calamities, the famines, and the like the brother brought out, the scourges are coming upon the earth, he's also is bringing forth, food provisions for his servants, because he knows that this end is coming with great wrath, but yet he's going to protect those who drew nigh unto him.
Servants are the prophets.
God. And again, like it tells us, for wisdom and knowledge, for stability. Yeah, so like
I got it.
The same time it came out.
This book Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is his strength."
Somebody type in fix and trust, because it said wisdom and knowledge should be the stability. All right, so you're gonna be stable. You're not gonna be tossed to and fro. You're not gonna panic. All right, you're gonna be rigid. You're gonna be immovable. You should pop up in Psalms. His heart is fixed, trusting in the Lord.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Psalms chapter 112 and verse 7. It says, "He shall not be afraid of evil tidings."
Yeah, evil tidings. What's tidings? News. You got a lot of people say, "I don't watch the news."
Yep.
Like, motherfucker, you 60 years old.
Right.
You supposed to be watching the news. But they don't want to hear them evil tidings. But the believers ain't afraid of evil tidings. Matter of fact, they're the opposite of afraid. Because those evil tidings mean it's our time.
Yep.
What do you say? That's when the big bucks start coming in.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because this is what we've been hoping for. So that's why our faith should be increasing, because this is what we've been talking about the whole time. That's what is happening, He's no longer, holding back his sword,
That's the Lord built us up for. We go through adversity, and we go through things in this truth. It's really to build us up for these last evil days, man. When things are getting crazy out here, Lord is building us up. Sometimes it's rough. It's gonna be rough because it's gonna be rough in those days.
But then the Lord send your ass something to eat.
Yeah.
You're gonna be fired up.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says his heart is fixed.
Your heart, your mind is your mind made up. This is what I'm part of. This I'm in it. This is what I'm on.
It says trusting in the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua.
Perfect.
Hey, you reverse it. It's like
I was thinking about it. It say verse 8. It says his heart is established. He shall not be afraid until he see his desire upon his enemies. The scripture talk about what he that lives to see the fall of his enemies.
Yeah.
See, and that's really what we're waiting for. Because what you speak, beginning with you Edomite, so-called white people, are you opened up your mouth against the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, spoken proudly against the heavens. All right, laid your hands upon us. All right, so ultimately, it's only fair that we desire to see the Lord return all that upon your own head, and that's what we're getting ready to see. That's why there's all these various different things going on in America. Right, the average Edomite is depressed. Can't land a fucking job. Hey, welcome to the average day of an Israelite, and you barely keeping up. So like brother, like elders and brothers say from time to time, hey, day one in the kingdom. We don't know how you're gonna make it, but you just gotta go through it.
Go ahead, let's back up.
This is Isaiah 65 and verse 14. It says, "Behold, my servant shall sing of joy of heart."
Now,
For joy of heart.
You're gonna be fired up. You endured. You've been sitting at home for a couple days. The Lord, here you go. You're gonna be fired up, man.
Yeah, what else tide when you feel that tide change?
Yeah.
A little bit of that. The Lord lift up a little bit of that weight
Mm-hmm.
off of you. The things that's going on. All right. So it says, "But ye shall cry of sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit."
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 26, verse 3. It says, "Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee." That goes back into that stability. Keep him in perfect peace. Okay. No wavering, no nothing. Perfect. Exactly like it's supposed to be. Okay. Because your mind is stayed on. Okay. It says, "Trust ye in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai forever, for in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is everlasting strength. For he bringeth down them that dwell on high, the lofty city, he layeth it low, and he layeth it low, even to the ground, he bringeth even to the dust." So with that, we hope this lesson was edifying to the elect body of the nation of Israel. Once again, we're going to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Hakadosh.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who were well in teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and our fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, also known as your Israelite foreigners and your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. To you, we say Shalom,
Shalom.
Kwam Yasharam,
Kwam Yasharam.
Abad Babal.
Babal.
Shalom, Jesus.